All right, hey guys, I'll show you a little bit about putting some primers in your new cases using the hand loader, the Hornady stuff, and it really don't matter what brand name. Get a brand name primer holder, I guess you could say this what this is, but you need to look closely at the ends, and when you look at these, you can tell one of these ends has a bigger, see if I can get in there, that's the small hole, this is the bigger one. So if you're loading small rifle primers, large rifle primers, and it's tricky, it's got a stop in here, you see that line, that clear line? It's actually got this one open so this one can work. So if you want to change that, these slides on the other sides, you simply lock it the other way and it opens this one and locks that one. So you see how easy that can be. Actually, that closed both of them. So when you're done, that's what that is. So when you're done, it closed both holes on that going out. When you want to start over, you open that one. So it's actually got the one we want, but to show you, you do this, you take it off, and you rotate it one time. Let's see, rotate it 180, see what that does. Perfect. It locked, it closed both holes, but then you can go this way and it opened that one, so you can use the small one now. It's pretty simple. But with that being said, we want the large hole, so make sure, I'm gonna take it off. You got, so a point of reference here, your sticker. So turn it all the way around. It's got these teeth on the side, it lays flat. We want it closed right now to show you. That's it, it's closed on both ends. So what we want to do though, since we know that that's the right way and that this is the large hole, it's away from the sticker on mine, yours will probably be different. What you do is you just pick that up, set it aside, and you have your large rifle primers. I'm going to be loading 6.5 Creedmoor, so I'm going to be using this. And I'll get to this part here in a second with these few little parts. This is brand new. Luckily, I was able to buy some before they become virtually extinct. And I load them as I need them during hunting season or shooting season. So you can load as many as you want. See these a few that are up, these are kind of been turned over in the box. These few right there's 1, 2 there. Well, I'm not gonna load very many bullets tonight. I've got a couple here ready. I've got a couple here that's ready, but I don't have to load all these. These are just ready. These have been cleaned, deprimed. I mean, they're ready, sized, deprimed, cleaned, and they're just ready to go. They're just kind of sitting on ready. That's all they're doing. So I wanted to load a few because I shot a deer the other day and realized that the few bullets that I had, that's all I had. So I'm gonna load a few. So there's, in this first row, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's 10. And you want to make sure the round size up, because the way they fall over in the thing, in the holder here, you want to make sure they look like that, but in there. So really those are upside down. And you don't have to get crazy with these. You can just toothpick or a pocket knife or something. Don't be jabbing them. I don't know if they'll blow up or not, but just practice a little safety there. So all you gotta do is this. Choke off however many you want to use. Lay that on top. Hold it where you don't spill them and drop them. And you've set 10 in there. See? You gotta worry about the rest of them spilling out. You gotta use too many. But there's that. Large rifle primers if you find them in a store. CCI, Decent brand name, I would assume. They're everywhere. They make everything, so they also gotta be good at something. So here's, make sure we didn't move around too much. That's our large hole here. So we're back to where we were at. And I put it on right the first time, I think. I got them closed. That way, when, you know, you're gonna have to move this around. So see them? They're gonna be moving around. But they're flat in there, and this lid's closed down far enough, they're not gonna turn over. So, I mean, don't go crazy with shaking it. But that is ready. Okay, moving on to this. This is your handle. So if you pick one of these up, you buy one of these used from your buddy that says, I don't use this no more, or whatever. Make sure, then you can buy these, but this is your pin that presses all that in. This is the spring that goes on it. Those two pieces have to be a part of this or it will not work. So what you do, come up here. There's a more or less a roll pin in there that this little thing right here has to set on. It's gonna look like that. So when you squeeze it, it's gonna be working like that. So with that being said, the pin there, this little bracket, goes right that way. I can't something to pivot on. Okay, haven't done this in a while, guys, so, you know, bear with me. I might mess up too. I'm gonna put a little gun oil on my pin and my spring, just cause I know it hadn't been used in a while. And you know, those cost money. Luckily, you know, I do have an extra one. I keep it in the bag because you never know when that bad boy is going to come up gone. So right here inside of this thing, on the, see how the handle's sitting, the pivot bar's on the bottom, and then top right here, if you can see it, there's a hole down in there. I'm going to put a little oil in that too, just because, may not need it. The little end, right here by the mushroom head, goes down in the hole, because there's a tapered spot and it goes down the hole. You just set it down in there. It's very simple. It'll go in there. Take this spring, put it right on top of it. All that does is keep the tension, the handle back when you put it on here. So this is going to go on. So apparently this wasn't holding my mouth right. That was the right way to do it. It's just plastic, and maybe it just wasn't just right. You know, like I said, I wasn't holding my mouth right. So when you get it in there, the holes that I was talking about that are in there have to line up on that pin with that spring. And you can push it down gently, put it down in there. And now, the step I didn't tell you, but a 6.5 Creedmoor is a H1 shell holder. Now it's Hornady, RCBS and all that's something different. But a Hornady is a H1. And 6.5 Creedmoor, and it fits various other things, but you have to put a shell holder in there to do this. So all you do is stick that shell holder in there and it slides. You've seen it, what it did. Take that shell holder, it's got a slot where the shell goes in it. Take it, put it in that groove there, and it just slides down on top of that cavity, and you can turn it however you want, but it's probably better to do the big side where you know the bullet will fit in there. If you turn around this other way, some cases down the road are going to be too big, they won't fit to that back side. Just do it on the front. So you're ready to load primers. All you've got to do is turn your plate right here to open it up, and you just open the door to there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a bullet, no primer, Put it right there. Then you see you got primers over here. You need to get them over here to your hole. Just wiggle. When one falls in there, that's fine. Take this handle here and squeeze it, and you heard it. The first one's gonna be a little tricky because they slid, kind of everything slid in place. And when I pushed the handle, it pushed this all the way to the top. You know what? It just fell on top of that, and everything just pushed to the top. But that is a ready to fire case. No powder, no projectile. But that has got a live primer in it now. Do another one. No primer. Put it in there. Everything's at the top. There was no primer there. The spring just shot back down. All right. Make sure your case is all the way in the back, because I felt a little resistance, and I looked down, my bullet wasn't hard there. You get it down, then click, and primer. I'm gonna do one more. And you just kind of tap you one down there, and you see this, it kind of goes in there and it stops right there. But it doesn't take a lot of pressure. Maybe more than my thumb is, but you see that, I mean, it doesn't take a lot. So if you have to get two hands and really bow up on it, it's too much. But right there it is, guys. You see it, it's pretty simple. It's a little bit to talk about. It's a little bit to learn this right here. Just put 1 or 2 primers in that to start with, so you don't dump 100 that's in that case. See, it comes with 100. That way you're not fighting it. You're practicing, you're learning. Practice with 2 or 3 of those in there. That way you're not wasting all your primers. These are expensive now when you can find them. Don't mess around. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you can load some primers on your own and get ready for loading your own ammo. This video more or less to show you the primer. When you guys go out, you can buy these cases cleaned and sized, ready to go, just like what I've got in my hand. You can buy them just like this. They're a little expensive, but it keeps you from having to buy the tumbler, the de-primer, and all that. But when you buy your dies, I mean, it's man, there's a lot to talk about right there. But you can prime your own ammo, and you can take the steps it takes to reload. Maybe your buddy's got all that, whatever. But what I've showed you today, that's that easy. We're ready. Appreciate it, guys. Keep it on straight. Do what you do. Stay safe. Thanks. Hey, sorry to run off so quick. You're going to need that shell holder if you're reloading, if you're putting your projectiles in the case. So with everything under tension right here, your springs pushing everything up, it's very simple to take this apart. Because I didn't want you to break your holder or break, just get frustrated and you break this thing off, and then you got to go buy something. But all you got to do is push down on this up against there. Don't push back here, because you'll break it. Push down right here on the spring on your table or something. Reach in here with 2 fingers and push that shell holder out. Now you got your shell holder. Now ease up on this thing, wiggle it out of there, it comes right out. You ain't got no primers in or nothing, set it aside. But what I would recommend is when you take this apart, go ahead and take the handle, the tension bar, pull it up, lay it down, don't worry about it, and your spring and your shaft. If you want to leave it in there, leave it in there. But I always dump mine out and lay it right beside it. That way I know I don't pick it up and walk over here and try to show somebody and my stuff falls out on the floor and my wife vacuums it up. So, all right, that's how you take it back off, because you got to have that bad boy to load. But thanks, guys. Stay safe.